out into the wild. And that is why we are here. We do education with them. We are a non-for-profit, so we are solely based off donations and programs, and they have kind of the second lease at life, and they're educational ambassadors for their species.
And so what are the noises he's making today about?
Yeah, so that is Hunter's typical call. He is a barred owl, and that is the call that the barred owl typically makes. It kind of sounds like, who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all? It's a really typical call. It's just a bit of a territorial call. It means, hi, I'm over here, and that's kind of the noise they make. And Hunter here is our very chatty barred owl. He likes to call all the time and let everyone know where he is. And so that's why he's calling like he is.
And now, how old was Hunter when you rescued him?
Hunter was an adult. It's kind of hard to say. So we don't rescue them ourselves. We're what comes afterwards. So when someone, rescues a bird of prey, they send them over to their local rehabber, and they try to get them back into the wild. That's, the goal of rehabbing is try to fix them up and get them back out into the wild. But those who can't, like Hunter here, need a permanent place to stay, and that's where we come in. So Hunter's actually from North Carolina. We get birds from all over the United States. And all I can really tell you is that he's an adult. We're not even entirely sure of his age. Because when they come to us as an adult, it's really, really difficult to tell how old they are.
All right. And so he'll be with you now for the rest of his life because he's not able to go back into the wild.
Yes. So Hunter here, he had a collision with a car in North Carolina, and that collision was all to his head. And because he collided with the car, it led to blindness. So Hunter here is completely blind in both of his eyes. He cannot see, and vision and hearing are extremely important when it comes to any bird of prey. So especially our owls here, when they need to see in the low light, they really, really use that vision to see. And he cannot see anymore, so he can't hunt, he can't fly, he can't do a lot of the things that wild animals and wild birds need to do to hunt and take care of themselves. So yeah, you can kind of think of it almost as a retirement home for these guys. They're going to live the rest of their lives here.
So Lee asked if he's completely blind or just blind in one eye.
He is completely blind. I know he's not turned necessarily towards us right now. He's kind of giving us some side profile. But if he does give us a little bit of a turn, you'll notice that he's actually missing, there we go, he's actually missing his left eye completely. And that's only because about 2 years, due to his injuries, his eye needed to be removed. It was causing infections and things like that. So we removed it. But before then, he was blind in both of those eyes, and even that one eye that looks really nice, it looks like it should be functioning, he is completely blind in it.
And if anybody wants to help, where can they go to help out with your sanctuary?
Absolutely. We completely appreciate that. Like I said, we're completely donation-based. Everything goes to the birds here. So if they visit our website, which is wildwingsinc.com, we have a wish list of items that we typically go through very, very quickly on there. We have donation forms, so if Hunter captivates your heart, you can donate to him, and that helps take care of his food and, medical expenses and housing and things like that. And you can always follow us on our Instagram and Facebook page as well. We do fundraisers for them throughout the year. So I'm also going to just give him a little bit of a spritz here because he actually relatively enjoys the water. Let's see. Don't want to give him too wet.
Is it quite hot where you guys are today? We're located in New York, and it's very hot here today.
Yep. So that's another thing I probably should have mentioned. Wild Wings is about a 20-minute drive south of Rochester, New York. So we are located in Western New York. We're located in Honeoye Falls, New York is what it's called. We have been having quite the heat stretch, so these guys really do appreciate getting misted and cooled down. The majority of a bird's weight is in feathers, so Hunter here is about 2 pounds, and the majority of that is feathers, so you can imagine how insulated he is. So he really does enjoy, getting cooled down and misted and having some water to keep himself cool in the 90-degree stretches that we've been having here.
So somebody asked, what will happen to him now? How does he live out the rest of his life?
What will happen to him now that he has been injured for the rest of his life?
Or just, living at the sanctuary.
Yep. Okay. So he will be living at the sanctuary for the rest of his life. He goes out and does programs. So we have tours and birthday parties here at our facility. We do owl prowls where we go out into the wild and we call for owls, and then we get to meet our owls that we have here. We have quite a few. Like I said, we have 32 birds of prey and quite a few are owls. He goes out to schools to meet children. He goes out to retirement facilities. He goes out to all sorts of places around the Rochester area, the Finger Lakes areas, to meet people and to teach them about how important owls are, how important barred owls are, just the conservation efforts that are needed for animals in our environment. So he has a really, really important job of educating the public about the animals that we have at our facility and in general the environment and the importance of keeping it nice and safe and healthy for the animals that we have.
All right, well, thank you so much. We're going to post a link in the top comment to Wild Wings' Instagram page so you can follow Hunter and also learn more about how you can help. Is there anything else you guys want to Hunter wants to say before we wrap up?
Hunter wants to talk, yes. Just that, barred owls are really, really cool and they're local to here. They live in forested areas, so you can find them all over New York State. You can find them all over the eastern United States. They are nocturnal, so they'll be awake at night, but you can hear them by that characteristic who cooks for you all call. So definitely when you're out in the wild, be sure to listen. Take a listen for our nocturnal owls. They are extremely important with pest control, with rodent control, and they're quite beautiful animals. You can see how he gets that name barred owl with all of those striping that he has on his breast and on his back. So they are quite magnificent birds, and we love being able to offer them a place to live because of their injuries. They wouldn't be able to survive out in the wild due to the injuries that they have. So it's incredible to be able to offer them a place to live and to teach people.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for everything you do. And we'll post a link, as I mentioned, to your Instagram so people can learn more and follow all of your work.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for stopping by.